Welcome to It's All Fine and Dangy, where we talk about community, health, culture, and all of the big and little things that make life good. Here are your hosts, Dan and Angie.
All right, welcome to episode 6. And
Woohoo!
we are live on Facebook.
I like being live on Facebook. It's fun.
I do too, and this time we can see the comments.
It makes us not mess up as much, I think.
Yeah. Oh, what do you mean? We never mess up. Every single one of the episodes is completely unedited.
You're hilarious.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's cool now that we figured out a way where we can actually see everybody's comments so that we can participate a little more instead of running up to the phone every 2 seconds with our face that far from it.
Yep. It was still fun, though.
Yeah, it was. All right. So, what's new this week? Look at our pretty wall.
We have decorations.
We have decorations because it was requested. Because, yes, our wall looked very boring. So now we put some really cool little quotes up there.
That's right. We listened to the feedback.
That's right. And then, of course, we got our little hashtag up there. We'll change that every month.
That's
Am
right.
I pointing in the right direction?
You are.
Okay.
I even got it to where, okay, great. Everything's not
sometimes
backwards.
It's backwards on there. So Alt Med month still. So we have a great guest that will be later on in the show when you listen on Thursday.
Yes.
So we're excited for you guys to hear about that. So.
Very, yeah.
And I've had a busy week.
Yep.
For the this and that, what's going on.
Oh, you have had a busy week.
Oh my gosh. So we started a kitchen remodel. Because my mommy came over and decided that my kitchen cabinets weren't good enough. So we ripped them suckers right out of there and went up and got some cabinets. And I'm painting new cabinets now. So that's what I have been doing this week.
The kitchen is not really a kitchen anymore now. It's more just one room with
nowhere to cook.
Tile on the floor.
No sink.
But it's going to be really nice.
It is going to be really nice. It's going to be beautiful.
Very thankful, yes.
And big shout out to I have a new name for Donnie. I'm calling him my doodad.
Oh, nice.
How cute is that? He's my doodad because if you need something done, he will do it. And my brother Billy came over and laid the tile. Oh, sorry. Loud. And it looks beautiful.
It does. It looks great.
So what else did I do leading up to this week? I went... we're still continuing with the charity stuff, still supporting Bags of Hope, Central Florida.
Indeed.
So I went with Rhonda to a local corporation that helps support their charity, and it's called Wiley Educational Services.
Right.
And they do a really cool thing 3 to 4 times a year where they actually have a party in the office for all the staff, and it's required for them to join. And this year was close to Cinco de Mayo, so it was, themed like that.
Oh, nice. Sombreros and all that stuff.
That's right. And they had drinks and everything.
Awesome.
And food and drinks. And it was actually what they do that for is to help raise money for a local charity. So that's what they were doing for Bags of Hope. So
that's great.
The entire staff had earned, through little tickets that they bought, over $1,000.
Wow.
$1,000 got donated to Bags of Hope from that.
Right.
And then they had, I think, over $1,000 in silent auction donations.
Wow.
Plus whatever else.
Wow.
Plus the company matches those silent auction donations. So that's like another $1,000. So that was awesome.
I wish I could have went, but that's awesome.
That's right. So you'll go next time.
Indeed,
So met some great people. It was really cool.
Yeah.
So Mother's Day's coming up.
It is.
Very exciting. So I don't know. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm going out with my mom and my sister and Miranda to brunch, and we're going to Market to Table in Winter Garden.
Oh, I love that place.
So
love that
excited
place.
to spend some time with them. Been so super busy. Haven't been able to even go out and see anybody. So excited to spend time with the girls, and shout out to my mommy. Pre-Happy Mother's Day. Whatever. I just want to give her a shout out because she's the best.
That's great. She is the best.
She's the best. She will do anything for anyone. She already was on the phone with me today. Do you need help? Do you need help?
Oh, I know. Your whole family's
I'm like, I'm
amazing.
Okay. You've helped a lot. We're good.
I'm gonna pause for 1 minute because I hit a button on my chair and it went down too low and it made a bunch of noise, and so I'm gonna come back up. And
You're so crazy.
hi, Joanna. Hi, Tina. See, we got
Hey
joined
guys.
up. So yeah, that's awesome. So I hope you have a good Mother's Day coming up.
I hope so too. And then I'll probably come home and work some more.
I hope you don't do that on Mother's Day.
Yeah, that's what moms do. Sorry.
Well, I'm going to do the same thing then. I'm going to give a shout out to my moms, plural. I have 2 moms. So on Mother's Day morning, I am taking Christy mom, we'll call her, to the White Wolf Cafe in College Park to have their quiche and their Bloody Marys. Their Bloody Marys are amazing.
Oh, you have to have one of those.
So that's going to be a little bit of a cheat day, but it's Mother's Day. And then later in the day, I am going to meet with Elaine mom, let's call her. And we're going to have a late lunch. Yeah, it'll be great. So,
and you know you're going to be drunk because you haven't been drinking at all. So you better be careful.
No. But also want to give a shout out to your mom because she's awesome. But also this past week when they're doing the stuff in the kitchen and trying to redo the cabinets and stuff, she just decided to go buy us new cabinets.
Yeah.
While I'm at work. So.
And what did she text you?
Happy birthday and Merry Christmas. So that was so kind, and I so appreciate it. But
that was a nice gift.
A shout out to you for Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you.
You too are a mother.
I am a mommy.
And
well, kind of, you know.
What do you mean, kind of?
I mean, they're grown-ups.
You're always a mom.
I guess.
So anyway, I'm going to lead right into our Mother's Day giveaway.
Ooh, yay, the giveaway.
We have some really great gifts for moms. So what we want you to do is tell us about your favorite memory with your mom. Hi, Joe. See, Joe just joined as well.
Oh, I can look here. I don't.
I know. I got to stop doing that. I keep looking at the TV. I got to look at the thing.
So we're still figuring this thing out. I'm watching it on my iPhone, but I can only see the comments. I can't see when somebody joins.
Oh, okay.
So that's what the TV's good for.
That is what the TV's good for. So anyway, we're having a Mom's Day giveaway.
Yes,
we have some great
I'm excited
gifts.
For it.
Me too. And we want you to email us or call us and tell us about your favorite memory with Mom. Again, our phone number is 407-490-3899 or write into feedback@fineanddangie.com. That's DANJEE. So we're going to keep saying that until
it
everybody,
sticks.
Yeah. So anyway,
and make sure to call that number or email that email instead of calling like our personal phones.
Yeah.
Just make it,
so
professional.
Angie and I will pick our favorites, and the top prize is a salt lamp for Mom, as well as a 45-minute session in the salt room in Longwood, Florida. We just so that'd be a little tricky for you, Joe. Joe's in Boston, but we just went to the salt room. We learned about the benefits of it on your skin. Angie could give some more information around the health benefits there. But we'll pick our favorites that come in. We've got the top prize again is the salt lamp for Mom in a 45-minute session in the salt room. The second, third, and fourth place prizes are a 45-minute session in the salt room. That's a $45 value. And the first prize is a $65 value.
Yeah, that's a nice little present for Mom. And if you guys didn't listen to the last episode, we interviewed Melanie from the salt room.
Yes.
And so that can give you some more information about what the salt room's for. It's not just for getting rid of sniffles.
Right.
It's for rest and relaxation too. So it'd be a great, just relaxing gift for Mom.
Indeed. Plus, it's really cool. It looks like an ice cave.
It really does. And we have pictures on the website too.
Yep.
So that's something they can check out. So if you win, if you have the best story about your mom, we will be totally fair and impartial.
Yep.
We'll email you or phone you, and just depending on what you told us.
That's right.
So make it good.
Right.
Make it a really good memory. Deadline is Friday so that we can get you guys the gifts for your mom or whoever else you may want to give it to. Or maybe you want to keep it for yourself if you're a mom. Hey, tell a story about yourself.
But make sure if you do call us, make sure you leave your contact information, because if you email, we'll have it. But if you call, tell us how to get a hold of you in case you win.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited to give those away. Melanie was so kind to give us 4 of those sessions.
Yes, that's right.
And she said, you guys can use 2 for yourself. And we said, no, we're going to give it away. We're going to give it away. All right.
I'm still doing it, by the way. That's right.
That's right. So for Facebook Live, we wanted to come up with something fun to do.
Yes.
So we are going to do something called the This or that speed round.
Yes.
And so what it is we each came up with 15. I want to say it's a question, but it's 2 words. I'm going to say 2 words, and Dan has to pick one of the 2 words as fast as he can.
It's a good thing you guys are listening live because this is going in the outtakes reel.
Shut it. Shut it. So that's what we're going to do. And it has to be fast. You can't think. There's no ums. Like, you got to say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Can you repeat the part about the stuff with the things?
Shush. Don't start with me.
Okay. All right. So for clarity, honestly, what is the rules again? One more time.
Okay. So there's 2 words.
Yep.
And I'm going to say this or that.
Yep.
And you have to pick one of the words.
Rep.
As fast as first thing that comes to your mind.
Right off the top of my head.
Yes.
Got it.
Don't think about it. No ums.
Got it.
There's no thinking. It's
You
just
got
quick,
it. I'll
quick.
try not to do ums. You know what I have
This
a tendency?
is a lightning round.
You know what I have a
people.
tendency to do when someone asks me a question?
What?
Repeat the question.
No repeating the question.
Okay, I'm
You're
going to try
allowed.
not to. Okay, no repeating the question.
No. You're cracking me up.
All right, who's going to go first?
I'm going to go first.
Good.
So that you can see how it's done.
Oh, so you're asking me the questions first.
So if I said this or that, you
Then I
have
have to pick one.
You have to
Got
pick
it.
one just like that.
You got it.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay. There's no losing at this then.
There's no losing. This is for people just to get to know us a little better.
Got it.
Okay. You did 15 questions, right?
I did 15, yes.
Okay. All right. Let me get a good line of sight here. Okay. Here we go.
right.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Dog or cat?
Dog.
Mountains or ocean?
Mountains.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Rock or pop?
Rock.
Horror or comedy?
Horror.
Universal or Disney?
Disney.
Books or movies?
Books.
Steak or fish?
Steak.
Biking or kayaking?
Biking.
Morning or night?
Night.
Merlot or Yingling?
Merlot these days.
City or country?
Country.
Nintendo or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Angie or Angela?
Angie. That was good. That was really good. I'm not saying them that fast. I can even understand a couple
I
of
know,
them.
but it's fun when you're trying to you don't know sometimes what you're going to say.
Right. I'll tell you, I got hung on the sweet or salty because I wanted to say both.
Uh-huh.
And country or city because I wanted to say both.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to see how hard it is right now.
Okay.
Right?
Are you ready?
Yes. Okay. Focus.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube.
Ice cream sandwich or ice cream cone?
Cone.
Bungee jump or skydive?
Skydive.
New clothes or new phone?
New phone.
Candy or popcorn?
Candy.
TV or book?
TV.
We both did that one. Video game or board game?
Board game.
Beach or mountains?
Beach.
Rock music or pop music?
Pop.
Monsters or ghosts?
Monsters.
Cruise ship or road trip?
Road trip.
Roses or tulips?
Roses.
Art festival or music festival?
Art festival.
Yes. Romantic comedy or documentary?
Documentary.
Dan or Daniel?
Dan. I was going to say Daniel, but...
I totally cheated on the last one. That wasn't my original question. You know what my original question was?
What?
This or that.
Oh, that's a good one.
But I like yours better,
Yeah.
so I stole it. Well, that was fun. We could have done 100 of those.
Yeah. That took like 2 minutes.
In all fairness, we got that idea from Friends, where we get all of our ideas.
Yes. Does anybody know the episode? Bonus question for you.
The one where Joey answers questions fast.
It's the one where Phoebe gets him to make a decision through answering the first thing that comes to his mind. I watched this show way too much, y'all. All right.
Well,
That
that
was
went
it?
way faster than I wanted it to.
I know. But we do have to keep it kind of short and sweet this week because we like to get real chatty in our interviews.
Yep.
So we always know we got to leave room for that.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
All right.
It's
Well,
kind of weird how to wrap it up at the end when you're on Facebook. We're like,
especially
okay.
since we were literally 15 minutes long on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Thanks, Joe. Say congrats
Hi,
on your
Joe.
podcast.
Oh, thanks, Joe. See, I'm turning this way and waving at the TV.
Yep.
There it is. Wave over there, Angie.
Thank you, Joanna. So I used to work with Joe at the old engineering firm that I used to work for based out of Boston. And
Oh, cool.
then after Joe wasn't even working for the company anymore. We hooked up or something when I was there and went out to dinner. This really nice place. It was really cool. So it's cool to see Joe again there. There's Joanna. There's Elaine. Elaine said,
hi.
loved this or that.
Yeah. Oh, cute.
Thank you, guys.
Well,
It's time to wrap it up.
we won't.
But the reason we do that also is because we want you guys to come back on Thursday to hear the rest of the show, not just
That's right.
the interview, but then the information station at the end of the...
You got to learn how to say it like
I know.
I
I
do.
can't say it as cool as you do. There's no way.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes, thank you.
And hopefully we can make this a regular thing. So we really like doing it, and give us some ideas of some more creative things we can do.
And we might actually, a couple things. We are looking to do a couple of bonus podcasts this month. We'll call them special episodes or something. So those will go above and beyond the podcast that comes out every Thursday. And also, I wanted to just once again remind you guys about the Mom's Day giveaway. You sort of have an advantage, those of you that are watching it on Facebook Live, because you can go ahead and enter the contest before anyone else that hears the rest of the podcast
That's
on
right.
Thursday. I'll try not to say podcast again. But remember just to tell us if you weren't on when we talked about it the first time. Hi, Joe. Joe just joined.
Yeah.
I'm pointing at the TV again. I got a point there, right there.
Hey, Joe.
But remember to write in or call in and tell us what your favorite memory with your mom is. That's 407-490-3899 and feedback@fineandangie.com. We've got lots of good prizes, salt lamp, gift certificates to the salt room. So we're really excited to give those away.
Yep.
And to hear from you guys.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear the stories. I like that.
I do too.
Yeah.
I really do too. So we'll pick our
It'll be
favorites.
nice
into there.
to read through this.
I know. I hate to go because more people are joining on now, but we're wrapping up, sadly.
But just for those who joined, we are going to try to get this on a regular night, which we think is going to be Tuesday nights at 8.
Yep.
Not next week because you'll be out of town in Texas.
That's right. No, we will be in Texas.
But I think that's a good night
I do too.
for us and probably for most people. It's kind of a down, probably not
kind of-
as busy as like a Monday or something like that.
I agree.
So,
So we're going to, I think we're going to start trying to target 8 p.m. then on Tuesdays, and we'll get in a rotation of doing that regularly so that you guys know to tune in if you're on Facebook or whatever. We may even try to do an Instagram live and some of that stuff at some point too, but for now we're going to keep it on Facebook since we're just getting started.
it's what we know.
Right.
Or what we're learning.
Indeed.
We're getting better. I'm getting better with the whole social media thing.
Oh yeah, you're
Posting
great with
and-
it.
I did a video yesterday.
I know. It was awesome. You were walking back from the,
I did a lot of
Dr.
walking yesterday,
Christina.
everybody.
That's
Yes,
right.
I did a lot of walking. Not today so much. All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Thank you
for
so
tuning
much.
in.
Hopefully
Yes.
we'll see you next time. And don't forget, Thursday, May 9th is when it comes out.
That's right. So the show now launches at about midnight. So if you stay up really late, you can hear it in the wee hours of the morning, but it'll be out on Thursday on all major podcast platforms. Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Thank you. We're shutting off Facebook Live now, and we will see you next time.
All right. Bye, guys. Thank you, Kathy.
Are you looking for a terrifyingly good cup of coffee? If so, head over to the Coffee Shop of Horrors in Mount Verde, Florida. I accidentally discovered this place because the outside of it is done up like almost like a haunted house. There's a skeleton or a skull on the sign, and inside the place, it's equally as spooky with memorabilia from comic books and art that's all spooky. There's a couple of fake trees in there that are done up like Halloween, but most importantly, they have really good snacks like donuts that are compliant with both the plant paradox diet and the paleo diet, and their coffee blew me away. The La Lorna is the flavor that I tried, and it was amazing. And the staff there are amazing as well. I was able to meet with the owner, or undertaker as he's called, Nick. Really nice guy. Came up and told me all about how they prepare their coffees, how they can grind to order, how they make so many different flavors, and they're really creative names too. All the casing and all the packaging is like spooky faces and different characters, but again, most importantly, the coffee and the snacks are amazing. I can't recommend the place enough. Can't wait to get back there because it's now one of my very favorite coffees. That's the La Lorna, again, I think it's called. It's the Coffee Shop of Horrors located in Mount Verde, Florida. Catch them at coffeeshopofhorrors.com. And when you go, tell them that you heard about them on It's All Fine and Dangy.
Hey guys, welcome back to the community call out. So our call out to everyone this month is still about making you more aware of alternative medicine or treatments to help with your overall health and wellness. And so we're excited about today's guest. We personally go to her, so we believe in what she does. And we want to welcome Dr. Christina Cuellar with Revival Chiropractic right here in Altamont. And she is the owner and founder. So welcome, Dr. Christina. Thank you so much for having us and for sitting down to answer some questions.
We absolutely adore you and your family. So I'm just so grateful to be here and to be part of this. So thank you.
We adore everybody here.
Yes.
That's why we keep coming back.
That's awesome.
So tell us a little bit about you before we get started with Revival Chiropractic. Tell us a little bit about Dr. C.
So I am married to an incredible guy named Ricky. We've been married for 3 years, together
Awesome.
for 12.
We've met him.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yes.
And we just became parents. So we have a 5-month-old baby boy named Oliver.
Yes.
And
Cutest baby in the world.
he's
I'm sorry.
so cute. And it's crazy. It's like, you think you love your spouse before, but then you have kids and you're like, man, you just fall even so much harder in love when you get to see them be a parent. And he's just incredible.
Oh, that's great.
I love what I do. I mean, I wake up every day, love coming to work.
That's
and
awesome.
It shows.
Thank
It
you.
does.
It's just such a joy to be here. It really is. And aside from that, something we love to do is we just love to travel. So we try to live a very simple life so that can give us the ability to travel and, experience things. And, we're passionate about hoping to bring our son around to go experience things as well, too.
So do you do a lot of traveling in the U.S.? Do you go out of the country? What kind of things? Like, where have you been?
Yeah, a bit of both. So before we had kids, we try to go international when we can. It definitely takes more money and time, obviously, to do that. But, even little trips in Florida, can be a lot of fun as well, too.
Yeah, little staycations.
Yeah.
We do a lot of those.
Yeah.
It's a lot to see here.
Absolutely. And I think being able to go international and experience different cultures is really important, too. I always feel like if I wasn't a chiropractor, I would have loved to learn different languages and just be a translator. I really enjoy that.
That's cool.
Learn the culture. Wow, that's very cool.
That would be a fun job.
We can certainly relate to the aspect of that because our sort of dream is when the kids are grown and totally independent, rent or sell everything, get like an Airstream and just travel all over the place. Yeah.
Just go. That would be amazing.
Right here in this country, there's so much to see.
Right.
And interesting people you're going to meet and things to do. So we're excited for that. So you talked about something you would have done if you didn't become a chiropractor. What made you choose chiropractic as your profession?
So my mom had a lot of back issues growing up. She had scoliosis and stenosis, and it got to a point where, she never knew about chiropractic. So arthritis, started to develop within her spine, and there was a point where she was in so much pain she couldn't even walk.
Oh my goodness.
And it's been, she had to have almost her entire spine fused to just give her quality of life back. And I became a chiropractor so that other people wouldn't have to go through the things that my mom went through. Because if we can start sooner, I think that we could potentially prevent a lot of other issues happening.
Oh, that's a very personal way that it affected your life to head you in that path.
Yeah. And when you see it, when you see people suffering like that, it's like, they don't have to suffer.
Right.
There's another option for them. It's just that people don't know about it.
Right.
So.
And maybe, you probably could answer this better than I can, but maybe it's more like of previous generation mentality around whether you need to go to a chiropractor when you see pain. That's what my dad used to do. Right. Or maybe before you have any pain. Right.
And in our society, we tend to be more reactive instead of proactive.
Right.
And a lot of times people, even when people are in pain, they'll say, I'll just deal with it until they get to a point where they literally cannot deal with it anymore.
We are all guilty of that.
And then they need a quick fix.
Right. Well, they want a quick fix. And it's and usually by that point, it's impossible, The
damage is already done. And, and you're headed down a different path now.
Right. And then, we can help, but man, we could have done such a bigger thing if we had started sooner.
Right. Well, so that's kind of a good tie into my first question, and that is really who should be treated by a chiropractor and at what point in their life?
So anybody with a nervous system, right? So
that seems to be all of us.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, anyone with a brain. But yeah, so, the nervous system controls every single function in the body.
Yep.
And so when one or more of those spinal bones shift out of alignment, it can put pressure on the nerve. And when there's pressure on the nerve, the brain is not going to be able to communicate properly with the body. And that can lead to all sorts of aches, pains, and dysfunction. So, in our office, we see anything from babies that are hours old, all the way up to, the elderly, because everybody can benefit from chiropractic.
Well, I think that's a good tie into my next question. And really that is, what type of conditions does chiropractic care assist with, prevent, help? I mean, if it's easier to say maybe the ones it doesn't, because it sounds like it covers so much stuff. And truth be told, I kind of know the answers to some of these things a little bit because of the way that you share with us. But I just, for our audience, I'd kind of like you to list maybe what you would consider the types of conditions that chiropractic care is for.
Right. And I think it's important to say chiropractic, and this is going to sound funny at first, but chiropractic doesn't treat anything, right? I'm not here to treat fibromyalgia. I'm not here to treat digestive issues. That's not my job.
Right.
My job is to figure out, where is the nervous system not functioning properly? We take pressure off the nervous system to allow the body to communicate better. And when you do that, the body heals. So what I mean by that is that pretty much anyone with any condition can come in. We can assess their nervous system. We can allow their nervous system to function better. And most of the time, we will see results.
So it's almost fair to say, in answer to my question, what types of conditions does it treat? There's only one answer, and that's you're treating issues with the nervous system.
Right. But that being said, people come to see us with digestive issues and they get better. With headaches, they get better.
Migraines.
Right, migraines. Yeah, absolutely. They get better. We see kids with colic, with ear infections that go away under care. We see, any number of chronic illnesses, things like rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, even things like Crohn's disease that gets better under care. And again, I'm not treating them, but when we're helping the nervous system function and heal, we will see all those issues typically shift as well.
It's like the body's natural system takes over when it can communicate properly.
Right. Absolutely.
And it's not like it's healing those things, because it's not going to necessarily heal, a chronic condition, but it can definitely relieve and make the symptoms better. It sounds like too.
Yeah. And though, to an extent, the body will heal, and depending on the issue, they may have some remnants of it. But I mean, we've seen people where their body was able to adapt and heal completely, which is really cool.
From like chronic issues.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I mean, to some extent, like I said, that it may still be present.
Right.
But man, I've seen people with fibromyalgia who never have another flare up again.
That's crazy.
So you just never know what you're going to expect to see.
Yeah, that's great. So on that note, is there no names or anything like that, of course, but are there specific areas or complaints that you see more often than others?
Yeah, absolutely. So I love serving people with headaches and migraines because, as you know, they can be debilitating for people. And it can really affect your life. It can affect your quality of life. And migraines and headaches seem to shift so quickly for people under chiropractic care. I mean, it's like a no-brainer.
1 month for me.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. So share your story of what happened with that.
So I had migraines for years.
Yep.
And years ago, I thought I had a brain tumor. So, because when my youngest son was about 2 to 3 years old, I was having 4 to 5 a week. I was a stay-at-home mom. Still did all my functions as a stay-at-home mom. When he would take a nap, I would shut the house down, cover put the curtains up, wrap my head in a towel, lay down in one position till he woke up, go back to it. It's debilitating.
Yeah.
Nausea, throwing up, vomiting. I mean, it was horrible. Went through that for years. Thought I had a brain tumor.
Yeah.
Went and got, checked. They said, oh, no, you just suffer from migraines. No reason why.
Right.
Yeah.
I did the whole food elimination, tried no caffeine, tried exercise, no exercise. I tried everything.
Right.
Still got them. They went up and down as far as frequency throughout the years, but they wanted me to go on Imitrex and then they wanted me to take a pill of Imitrex every day and give myself a shot if I felt one coming on, and I'm not a med person.
And they all have side effects,
Yes.
right?
Oh, yes.
So I'm not a med person. So I said, no, I'll just deal with it. Mm-hmm. And then started coming to you because Dan and the kids were coming. And I'm like, oh, I'll try it, 1 month.
That's amazing.
And the only reason I get headaches is now, and that's because of wine, people.
It's only one reason left, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Wine.
and being on the, I think I've had one migraine or two my whole life. One was like altitude sickness up north, but living with someone that has them and seeing the difference is crazy because she would be out. Gone, done for the day, in the bedroom. Angie's gone. Doesn't matter if it's noon.
Right.
And now the infrequency of them is it's night and day.
We have a 7-year-old under care in our office, and once a month, every month, she would wake up with such a bad migraine, she would start projectile vomiting. 7 years old.
Oh my
She's been to so many different doctors. They told her to get on, all these different medications as well, which again have side effects and have risks involved. She started under care with us a few months ago and has not had one.
Yeah.
Not
Wow.
one.
You or Dr. Brittany were telling me about that.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Wow, that is
Yeah,
amazing.
It's extraordinary. And so, and you think about what that means internally, neurologically, what's happening. When you take that pressure again off the nervous system, there's probably other changes that are happening in your body too that you may not even feel.
Of course.
But it's really exciting to be able to see someone get their life back.
Right.
Yeah, that is very exciting. You have lots of stories.
It's a lot of fun, yeah.
So, Revival Chiropractic on their wall, they always have information that you take home, but then they have success stories up there. So it's great to see, your patients they want to tell people. We want to tell everybody.
And
we do tell everybody.
We've seen some really cool things too. For example, women getting pregnant under care who were deemed to be infertile. We just had a mom like that who was just about to go through IVF because had been struggling with fertility. Just a week or two ago, gave birth to her baby.
Wow.
And we've seen that multiple times. And now you're like, you're talking about changing the trajectory of someone's life.
Yeah. So no wonder you say your job is so fulfilling because
so fun. Yeah.
That is great. So I have a more of a technical question. I know that you told us this during the initial intro, and Dr. C does a like a PowerPoint presentation the first time you come here. I was kind of a skeptic. It's very science filled. Immediately I became more interested than I was when I came here with my son. Mm-hmm. And that obviously led to the whole family coming. We've been coming for over a year now. But what is that technique called?
So the technique we do is called torque release technique.
I knew it was torque something. I said that, yeah.
Or TRT. So it's a neurologically based technique. And so what sets it apart, one, is our analysis. So we're not just going to adjust every bone that has shifted out of alignment. Instead, we're going to figure out what the top 3 so subluxation is when one or more of the spinal bones moves out of alignment. We're going to find that top 3 misalignments, right? The 3 that are primary, that are causing all of the other vertebrae to shift out of alignment.
Right.
And so when you are able to adjust those top 3 segments and you let the body then shift and heal on its own, we get to see some really, really cool results.
That's really do too. So you take an x-ray at the beginning when you're here.
Yep.
And then after a year, you get to see the actual results of your x-ray, and you can physically see with your eyes the difference.
Right.
Yep.
And I know there's no lies here because I have a bullet in my head. I don't know if you knew this.
No, I didn't.
But my cousin shot me with a pellet gun.
That's so crazy.
Hi, Rodney Davenport.
On accident, of course.
Yeah. Playing around as we were kids, But anyway, I have a bullet in my head. So the x-ray, you can't fake that x-ray.
Yeah, exactly.
That's me.
Yep.
So I had definite changes that you could see in my hips. We're still working on my hips a little bit. But in my, what's it called?
Your neck, your cervical spine.
Yep. Cervical spine.
You can see it.
That's why I don't have the headaches anymore, people, the migraines. So it's really cool.
That's interesting how that's your x-rays if you were a total skeptic. But for me, seeing my x-ray differences, seeing my kids, especially some, as every patient has some more dramatic or less dramatic difference throughout the year, depending on the issue in the body.
Right.
But being able to look at those and see the difference, there's no disputing that things
have changed.
It's really making a change. So you kind of talked about most of this already, and I did want to mention that I keep calling it the video, but that PowerPoint that I keep trying to get you put on YouTube or something, because I'm telling you, if we could share that.
She's like, no, people come in.
That's why you want people. I get it. I totally get it.
I want to meet them.
That was such a draw. But awesome. So Angie sort of touched on this already, but what do you want your patients to learn from coming here? Not just the actual physical process that you do to make them better, but you guys put a lot of effort into sort of a knowledge transfer.
Mm-hmm. So we're really passionate about educating our practice members because we believe that knowledge helps with the healing process. And we believe that you deserve to know exactly what's going on with your body and what we're going to do about it.
Right.
I know I've definitely been to a doctor's office before where they either talk above you or they don't really even tell you what's going on. They just want to know
what pharmacy you go to?
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Just listen to me because I'm the doctor.
Right. Yeah. And so we want you to be an active participant in what's going on with your body. And so we're really passionate about educating people. And if there's one thing that I want people to know, it's that you were not put on this earth to be sick and in pain and suffering.
Right.
And you were designed to be able to function and to enjoy your life. And
for a long time.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if we can just help your body adapt better to the daily stressors, right? We sit for long periods, we're in cars for long periods. Sure. We'll go to the gym and have lifting injuries. Sometimes we'll sleep on our necks improperly. I mean, there's going to be micro traumas and major traumas that are going to happen to your body throughout life. If we can help remove those stressors from your body and allow your body to adapt and heal, your body will heal, and you're going to feel better, which is great. But more importantly, you're going to function better.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
So getting into more the sciencey part again, how do you keep yourself up to date with the changes or the advances that are going on in the medical field, especially related to chiropractic?
Yeah. So what's also really cool is that we do, TRT is one of the most researched techniques in chiropractic.
Again, that's torque release technique. I'm going to memorize that, I promise.
Yeah. So there is so much research and science behind what we do. And even as far as keeping up with the medical community, we enjoy reading research and following what changes are happening. Our other doctor, Dr. Brittany, she loves research. I mean, she's really passionate about it as well too. So it's kind of funny. There'll be some mornings where we'll come in on Monday morning and it's like, did you see this? Did you see that? And talking about that and then figuring out how can we either, how can we just serve our practice members better? And we're always trying to learn and improve as well too.
Right. So I've mentioned this now, but on the episode notes on the show, like we do for every show, we'll put a link to your practice, but also a link to what the TRT is. Because I think, to me, again, from the scientific perspective, reading about what that is, it's a lot more specifically focused than some of the other stuff I've heard of in chiropractic care before.
Yeah, it's a cool little tool that you use too.
Yeah. And so it is instrument assisted. There are some things that we do, of course, with our hands. But the tool that we use, it removes user variability, right? So it allows us to perform with the exact same amount of force every single adjustment. And so that means that whether I'm adjusting you or whether Dr. Brittany's adjusting you, you're going to get the exact same experience. And having that reliability, right, in your adjustment is very important as well too.
Agreed.
Yeah, that is.
This may not be the case, but as a client or customer or patient or whatever you call us, it seems like there's a much more specifically targeted area that you can hit with that tool too.
Yes. And that's another thing is that, if one vertebrae has shifted out of alignment and that's the one that's really aggravating that nerve, we want to make sure we're adjusting only that segment and leaving the ones above it and below it alone. Right. So that allows us to be a lot more precise too.
Yeah, you can tell that when you're doing it.
That's great.
Find the little spot, put your finger on there, okay, you're going over there. So in the future, what do you look forward to seeing as far as advancements or collaboration when it comes to conventional and alternative medicine, such as chiropractic? Is there something specific that you would like to see?
So I just hope that people become more open to different means to helping their body heal. And, that's why our mission is really to just educate people so that they can spread the word and maybe they can change the life of someone that they know as well too. That again, their body was designed to heal, and by being able to allow the body to heal and take that pressure off the nervous system, that just amazing changes can happen.
And hopefully we see that a little bit now where conventional medicine is starting to collab a little more with alternative forms of medicine.
And where we're starting to see that a lot now, which is really wonderful, is we work with a lot of midwives and OBs because we specialize in prenatal care. And so chiropractic is extraordinary for pregnant women. Of course, it can help, with back pain, which is very common in pregnancy.
That's what got me coming here.
Yeah. But also research shows it can help decrease labor pain and delivery time, which I don't know any pregnant mom who would
say
not. Yeah, exactly. Right. And also, it can help encourage a baby to be in the optimal position for birth. So we see it a lot of moms whose babies are breech or transverse, which is not where we want baby to be.
Right.
And while we don't specifically flip the baby, we help align the pelvis and relax the muscles and ligaments to encourage the baby to get in the optimal position. So a lot of OBs and midwives are referring us their prego mamas because it can just help them enjoy their pregnancy so much more. And they're seeing a lot better outcomes in these women in their births.
Right.
You can feel good through your pregnancy.
Yeah. It's funny, you guys saw me through my pregnancy and the night that I went into labor, we saw 200 people that day.
Right up to the end.
Yep. And then
smile on your face.
Yeah.
I'm sure the smile faded, at the end of the day. Your feet probably hurt a little bit.
I felt pretty good. And then my labor was only 5 hours long, start to finish. And I think that was largely, due to Dr. Brittany adjusting me throughout my pregnancy.
Sure.
So
because I was going to say that's one of the things when you're a massage therapist or a chiropractor, who takes care of you,
right.
And so good thing you had Dr. Britt to do that,
and that's a huge blessing. And before we had Dr. Brittany, I went and saw another chiropractor myself, you know, and it's just so essential. And I mean, for years now, I personally have been getting adjusted weekly. And of course, now with Dr. Brittany here and how physical our job is, sometimes twice weekly, depending on what's going on.
Yeah. Because it's physical work, chiropractic. It's a lot of people don't understand that.
And it's not just being on your feet every day, but when you're having to crack the, I don't know what it's called, but the adjust in the middle part where you can kind of hear it, that seems like you have to put a lot of pressure down to make that work.
Well, and also, so you lay on the table in there, and if you're not in the right position, Dr. C comes and pulls you down. So,
and I am never in the right position.
I'm sure not everybody is 90 pounds. So she's working the upper body there.
Yes, no doubt. Well, I think you answered my next question because I was going to ask if there's other businesses in the area that you partner with. And you had mentioned like midwives, and are there any that you'd like to mention specifically, or?
Yeah. So other people that we partner with aside the midwives and the OBs that we talked about, we love working with massage therapists. One of my favorite massage therapists is Maria Sellers. She's with Heal Pain and Stress Relief Center. She's absolutely extraordinary. We work with a lot of doulas in the community as well too. Luna with Doulas of Orlando, she was actually my doula. And they are phenomenal in pregnancy as well too.
Can you tell everybody what a doula is? Because some people do not know.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know.
Thank you for asking that for me.
Yeah. So a doula is kind of like a birth coach. What they're going to do is they're going to help the husband be more, or the partner be more involved in the birthing process. So they're going to help, I'll say this, the OB and the midwife is there for the baby, right? The OB is focused on the baby, making sure the baby's okay. The doula is going to be focused on mom. She's going to be focused on helping with comfort measures for mom, helping her to kind of get through the contractions in the different stages of labor, helping dad or the partner to be more involved and engaged in that process as well too.
She's like a little backup support system.
Right. And, there's a lot of research too, and we could talk forever on doulas on how having an amazing doula can, again, improve birth outcomes, decrease risks of things like C-sections and whatnot as well too.
Because it's probably decreasing stress quite a bit, I would think.
Yeah. And if we're helping mom stay more comfortable, she's going to be able to rock her birth the way that she wants to. Or, again, if things are kind of, if baby's not in a great position, sometimes doulas might suggest mom moving around a little bit in certain ways.
She might not think of on her own.
Right. And just helping her get through the most extraordinary time, day of her life, sometimes a couple of days, but So they're essential in my book.
That's great. So that's
So you'll have to do a little more research on doulas and share it on the.
Oh, you mean for like a link on the site? Yeah.
You should do a whole month on empowering women in their birth stories.
That would be cool.
Oh, that would be very cool.
We could do that next spring when it's like
baby
Easter
season.
and
Baby
Easter
season, yeah.
and-
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Wouldn't that be cute?
That would be really cute.
Yeah. Okay, next year we're putting it on the calendar.
You got it.
All right.
It's a great idea.
So we kind of talked about how you're taking care of your spinal health because you're working hard. So you have Dr. Brittany adjust you. Outside of that, what are you doing to take care of your health and wellness just overall and that of your family?
Yeah. So my husband and I, we built out just like a little mini gym in our garage because now we used to, go to a gym, but with a baby now it's a lot harder.
Sure.
But it's funny. We've been doing workouts with the baby. So we'll do
fun.
like interval training where someone's like squatting with the baby while the other one's rowing.
Yeah.
And then
That's
if
fun.
someone's resting, playing with the baby, the other one is doing something else and then we switch.
Oh, that's
every minute.
great.
So that's fun. That's a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
That's also going to be teaching Oliver that, or you will be when he gets a little older, that whole lifestyle of working
that it's
out
fun.
and
It's
being
fun.
active.
Yeah, we can all do this as a family, and it's fun. I want to hang out with mom and dad in the gym.
And that's awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. So outside of work, what are you doing to stay active or involved in the community or making an impact in the community? Because you guys do a lot of things in your office to give back, and that's kind of what we're focused on. I mean, it really is what we want our main focus to be on is educating people about local businesses and all these other themes we have, but we really want to tie it back into how are we giving back?
Yeah.
Right.
And it's something that we're really passionate in here, service above self. And one of the best ways for us to be active within our community is really to be keeping an ear out with our practice members on things that they're passionate about. So on everyone's first day when they receive a tour of our office, we talk and ask them, if we basically say, if there's anything that you are personally involved in and want us to be part of, please let us know because we would love to partner up
That's on the
contribute.
form, actually. You asked that question.
Yeah. So, for example, we have a practice member who works within the school systems and he helps sends, bags of food home with children who don't necessarily have food to eat over the weekend.
Right.
We like helping with that. That's
Sure,
like
yeah.
a food pantry at the school.
Right, for these kiddos. And so we've done for the past several years now a big soup drive in January and are able to donate all of those to his organization to be able to give to the kiddos. We've got a lot of, teachers and whatnot active in the school systems. And we have one who was telling us about how at Bear Lake, they were going to have to go out and make a run for, a ton of supplies because they were so low. So we did a massive
I remember
back
that.
to school
Yes.
drive back in last July or August, whatever it was. And it was really cool to just bring boxes and boxes of stuff to them and say, here you go. Yeah. So, and again,
And patients brought that in and donated it.
Right, which is super cool.
Yeah.
And even, when we go and do health talks at different businesses within the community,
Right.
A lot of times what we'll do is we'll offer to people if they end up booking an appointment and paying for that first visit in our office, we'll actually take that money and donate it right back to whatever charity that business is involved in.
Oh, I love that.
Which is really cool and is able to give back to something that they're passionate about as well too.
Yeah, that's
love
great.
that.
Hey, can you tell us just a little bit more about those health talks?
Sure. So different, any business in the community will come speak to whether there's 3 people that work there or 50 to 100 people that work there. And we're happy to bring lunch. We can talk about ergonomics in the workplace or ways to keep themselves, healthy. Or, sometimes during the Christmas season, we'll talk about how to stay healthy during the flu season and, keep their immune system strong.
Right.
And again, we'll do that to any size business. We love to come out and provide those talks for people. And again, we typically will offer some sort of special to come into our office and then be able to donate that money immediately back to.
Why haven't I done this with my company yet?
That needs to sign up.
Yeah, we'd be happy to do that.
Yeah,
Seriously.
That'd be a lot of fun.
That's great.
And I think it would be very important because you have so many people sitting all day.
Yeah.
And how you could explain that this affects the spine too.
Right. Absolutely.
Big time.
And for clarity, I'm sure you've told me that or us that collectively before, and I probably just wasn't paying attention as well as I should have been for that.
No, you're fine.
So as we're getting closer to wrapping up here, I did want to take a minute to see if you could tell us a little bit about your team, because one thing that I have noticed after coming here for a year and change is that the environment in here is nothing like a doctor's office.
That's awesome.
Everybody knows your name. all the staff say hi. They ask you what's going on. They remember what you told them was going on last
They know
time.
very personal stuff. I don't know if they're stalking us on Facebook.
It's all stuff that you said.
Like, do they have a list of who's coming in and go, okay, I'm going to check up on these people. Let me see what they're up to. They know what you are doing.
I was going to say,
it's crazy.
And in all seriousness,
These girls have memories like, I need
everyone
some
is
of
like
that.
super friendly and very happy.
Yeah.
And it's, I know you guys do the things where you have events for your clients, or what do you, I keep fumbling around.
We call them practice members, you know.
Okay, practice
yeah.
members. So for us practice members, you do things like the other night we did like a trivia event, or there's like a dinner things you've done out, and all these sort of events to keep everyone
Like a
engaged and
community.
involved like a community.
I love it.
I mean, I guess maybe I'm asking you this, maybe it's almost like a trick question, but did you just luck out with your staff, or is there a certain method that you use to make sure you're focusing on giving that type of vibe?
So our team really is amazing.
Yes.
They're just such wonderful people. And I think it's a little bit of both because they really have just such big hearts.
Yes,
And
you can tell.
yeah. And, you know, that's something that when I met with every single one of them during the interview and the hiring process, it's something that I was looking out for. And each of them just, they have so much joy in their hearts and so much of a desire to see people get well and to just love them. Like they just want to love people.
Right.
And, you know, that culture is really important to me within this practice as well, too. And it's something that, you know, even in the interview process that we talk about, that culture is so important to us here, of, you know, culture of healing, but just a culture of love.
Right.
And it's just very important. So I think, you know, that's something that I specifically look for when we bring people on, but it's also something that my team is just extraordinary at as well, too.
Yeah.
And they couldn't fake it if they tried.
No, they couldn't.
It's in them.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah.
at those girls. It's just, you
They're
feel
just
it.
extraordinary.
You come in here, they're holding babies.
Yes,
They're
yeah.
playing with kids. I mean, they're so
amazing.
Yeah.
They really
they're
are.
great.
Yeah. And I get caught out here just chatting away, and then you call me to the room, and I'm still out here chatting just because
These
everyone
girls
is so
got
friendly.
Work to do.
I
Their
know.
work is to chat with us.
Right.
That's what we decided.
And you know, it's crazy because they are family,
Yeah.
you know, and I love them so much. And, you know, they would do anything for each other. I would do anything for them. And it's, they're just amazing.
Yeah, you treat them very well too. You guys do little trips out. We follow you. We stalk you guys.
Yeah.
You go
We have
to
a lot of fun.
Universal. I mean, you guys have a family here, and you spend time outside of work together.
And they
doing stuff,
deserve
which
it
is cool.
too, you know.
I
so.
think the desire to even want to do that, though, not just for you, but for the team, says something too, because you're with each other every day working. If you really want to get together and do fun stuff after, then you're definitely doing
we
something
really
right.
like each
Yes.
other.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can tell. And
That's
and
awesome.
you've been very successful at your target of keeping that vibe for your practice members, because we feel it when we come in here.
And that was something, you know, you mentioned, you know, the trivia nights and the dinners that we do with our practice members. We're really, I've always wanted this to be a place where you come in and you start to recognize other people that are there. You know, that there's a community within this office and friendships that can start to develop and form within the practice.
Sure.
I know you were looking for your trivia night buddies.
Yes.
Last time, a couple nights ago when we did that.
Allie's
And
the cutest little thing.
isn't she so sweet? Oh, I love her.
She's like a little Punky Brewster or something. I don't know what she reminds
She's
me of. She has so
amazing.
much energy. I'm just like,
Yeah. And so we love like getting to do dinners like that where every November, we do a couple throughout the year, but every November we get to take everyone out for our anniversary dinner and do a big thing at Cafe Murano. And it makes things so much more fun.
Sure.
You know.
I agree.
well,
Totally.
and I think it makes, as personally, because you kind of have the same, that's my outlook. That's kind of the thing I want to build in the future. But it makes what did we
Practice
say?
members.
Practice members. That's what we're called. Okay.
Right.
Practice members feel appreciated too.
Yeah.
It's great.
Like, you know, that makes us feel
Yeah.
like, wow, she wants to actually be with us outside of just in and out. And the, you know,
Yeah.
we
really
it's
care
a different
about you.
element. It's a different element. Yeah,
Yeah.
And it makes you excited to even go in. I mean, I don't know. You
I
have to
agree.
explain.
I totally
You have
agree.
to come so that you can see it yourself. So where can everybody find you if they wanted to come and see you? Where do they need to go to find out more information?
So location-wise, we're located on the corner of 434 and 436 in the Kohl's and Home Goods Plaza. They can find us also online at revivalchiropractic.com. And then, of course, they can call us anytime for any questions at 407-403-5567.
Awesome. And I'll put the phone number and the URL for the website and everything on our website for our show notes, as well as in the podcast episode show notes for everyone. So if you're listening now, you should be able to look on your device and see all this information.
And do you have any kind of specials for them coming in the first time?
Yep. So if they come in and they mention that they came in from the podcast, we would be happy to do a complimentary evaluation for them to be able to do the neurological assessment that you guys have seen, to figure out what's going on with their health. And we'd also be honored to give them, 60% off their day one services as well.
Look at that, people. Mention it's all fine and dandy. Don't forget. Come and see Dr. C and Dr. B. That's what we like to call them.
Yes.
And Savannah, Alexi, and Jewel.
And our newest team member, Autumn.
Oh,
you guys will meet
we haven't
soon.
met Autumn yet.
I haven't met Autumn.
She's I just
Are
hired
you sure
her.
you don't pick them by their names? Because the names are pretty cool.
They are pretty cool names.
Really. Those
Yeah.
are like unique names.
That's a qualification on the
I think
resume.
so.
Must have a cool name.
You have to have a cool name, so just change it if you're going to even apply here.
Nice.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. C. And we look forward to seeing you next week. I'll see you Monday.
See you then.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks
we
for
really
having
appreciate
me.
it. All right, guys. So we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back with our information station.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the information station. And everybody knows this week we're talking all about alternative medicine. And Daniel is cracking me up because he needs to sneeze.
Oh, I went away, but
Okay.
Goodness.
Okay. All right. Is it gone?
it's gone.
Well, you can edit it out,
Either.
right? If you sneeze.
Okay.
Okay, good. Good. All right, so we had Dr. Christina on, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the vast amount of information she gave us about chiropractic.
Yeah.
I mean, she really is a
Plethora of knowledge.
that's what I was looking for, a plethora of knowledge when it comes to the neurological system. So if you feel, like just something isn't right in your body, you just feel like you need to be tweaked a little bit, definitely go and check out Dr. Christina's office up in Altamont.
And if you're not local, definitely find a chiropractor.
Yeah, definitely. Do a little research. Get a referral if you can.
Yeah,
Right?
Indeed.
So I found some cool information out about chiropractic. So I wanted to title it, Chiropractic Really Is Ancient History. You like that title?
I do. I think I get it, though.
You get it? So some of the earliest recordings of spinal manipulation or corrections of the spine have been found in China, and they date back to over 4,000 years old.
Wow.
So there's actually written documents that they found that have shown that there has been chiropractic around for that long. Not that that's what it was called then.
It makes you wonder how they figured that out, but I suppose you could look all that up as well.
Well, the ancient Chinese, they figured out a lot of stuff out, We'll get into traditional Chinese medicine a little bit more.
That's right.
On an upcoming episode. But, and in India, they focused on yoga.
Right.
But the focus was keeping the spine flexible. So why did they think that? Like, how did they know to think that the spine was an important part in yoga to keep it, moving the way it needed to?
Right.
So it's pretty cool, too.
It is very cool.
And then the Greeks in around 1500 BC, they recorded that they had success in treating the lower back. So they were actually treating the spine then as well. Hippocrates, and we know he has my favorite saying, let food be thy medicine, right? That's like one of my favorite sayings.
Yep.
He penned manuscripts relating to chiropractic around 500 BC.
Yep.
And in fact, most cultures that practice some form of medicine have writings about the spine and how it affects the body.
Wow.
So this is something that's been around. It's not anything new.
I am fascinated by the way chiropractic care works. I can't say, what is it? Chiropractic? Is that what it's called?
Well, just chiropractic, but yeah, I guess multiple chiropractic.
Like when you say Well, I'm getting hung up on a word,
Yeah.
but anyway, I like the way it's very interesting to me the way it works. What's almost more interesting to someone like me, though, is how did these ancient civilizations figure that out?
I know, right?
So it's got to be
craziness.
It's got to be out there somewhere, but that is super interesting.
Yeah, observation.
Yeah.
You know,
But they had to have like experimented with manipulating the spine and seeing if it did anything, maybe.
Yeah, and you know, some of the earliest things that that's acupuncture. Never mind, my brain's going in another
Everywhere.
direction
That's
because we're
okay.
talking about ancient Chinese.
Yep.
We'll talk about that next week, people.
Right. So speaking of chiropractic care, I'm going to say it that way.
Yes.
I've said this before, I think in the promo, I said it during the live feed that, we've had an amazing experience with Dr. C and Dr. B at Revival. So we just signed up for another year there, and I'm really happy about being able to go every week.
So remember what happened when I didn't go for 3 weeks?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't go for 3 weeks because we were waiting on all of our assessments to come in. And we were trying to figure out if we were going to continue this as a form of just keeping ourselves healthy. And I take natural painkillers, but I had to take them like 3 nights in a row because I was in such this weird pain.
Yep.
Like it was unexplainable.
Yeah,
I didn't do anything.
Your body's really sensitive to not getting adjusted.
So who explained that to you? Dr. Brittany explained to you when you went that I have a super sensitive nervous system. And once you kind of get going in the direction you need to be set back aligned,
right.
When stuff starts shifting back, because that's what happens when you stop continuing your chiropractic care, is stuff starts shifting back and those nerves get pinched and stuff again. And that's why I was having the pain I was having.
It's a quick reversal for you.
Very quick.
For some people like me, luckily, if you go to the chiropractor regularly, once you get past the stage where you're kind of messed up and you move into more of a maintenance phase where you just have to keep going in order to keep things good, my body can drift for a week without having too many problems, but I'm going back every week anyway now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I remember that happening with you.
It's she's very affordable too.
Yeah, she is. And we said this during the interview, but I'll put links on the podcast information as well as the show notes. So if you're looking or listening on your device now, the show notes will be there to show you the link to Revival as well as a link to some of the information and benefits of chiropractic care. So as we close this episode, we're not going to do traditional shout outs except to all the moms out there because Mother's Day is right around the corner. So huge shout out to all the moms out there. Don't forget, we've got the Mother's Day giveaway. Tell us your best memory about your mom. Call into 407-490-3899 or email us at feedback@fineanddangy.com. We'd love to hear from you. If you are calling or emailing with any other reason, we'd still love to hear from you. We'd love to hear your thoughts and your questions or suggestions or issues or anything you want to talk about. And we'll definitely respond to each and every email. And again, you can find us on all social media at Fine and Dangy. That's FINEANDDANJEE.
That's right.
Yep.
And also, guys, we appreciate it so much when you tune in and watch our Facebook or listen to the podcast. Please, if you get a chance, review us. Let everybody know what you think. It really helps us out and helps our message hopefully get out to more people.
It really does. Yeah.
More people will see the podcast as it gets more ratings. And rate, review, and subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely.
At least review or rate. That would be great.
Yeah, we really, really appreciate it. We appreciate all of the reviews that we've gotten so far and all the kind words. You guys are great. Thank you for that.
Yes. And, each day, we're trying to talk about getting out there and making a difference in the world. And what can you do today to make a difference in somebody's life? Just help people.
Right.
Just help someone. It can be one person. It can be yourself. Even if you're struggling with something, or, and that's kind of what Dan always says at the end.
Yeah. If you're needing help, make sure you ask for help. I've always been a person that is terrible at asking for help, and I'd rather just figure it out myself, but it's really not the way to resolve many problems. And sometimes even just talking about your problems to other people really helps. So just remember, if you need help, to ask for it. We all need help sometimes.
Yeah, we do.
And even if you're like me and you're wired more to help than you are to ask for help, it's important to learn to ask for help when you need it.
Yes.
So anyway, that wraps the show. And we want you to remember,
at the end of the day, it's all fine and dandy.